Uh, Welcome back, my gardening friends. Well, it's time to get the elephant garlic out and some of the shallots. It's June 17th, the warmest day of the year so far, and unseasonably high for June. And it's about 8:30 in the evening at the moment, and it's still warm. Mad dogs and Englishmen comes to mind. So let's get the harvest of the garlic scapes. We'll be having a few of those on Sunday. So that's the first harvest, and they will be really nice, just lightly steamed. We'll get those moved out of the way so we can get the main garlic harvest. Now, this garlic was gifted to me by Mike Hurdis many years ago. We don't use a lot of garlic, but I do ensure I keep selecting the best cloves to keep planting on for when I become an excellent cook. And the seal means when I used to use an ordinary marker pen instead of the Edding 750, and because I sealed it with some spray, Rust-Oleum spray, it hasn't faded. But we use the Edding 750 marker pens now on the yellow gaffer tape. It'll be on the end screen. It's coming out quite easy, and we've even got some of the babies on it as well. So if I use this as my permanent garlic bed, I'll pop those back in. Yes, right decision. We'll show you shortly. I'll just clean this up, put them in a line in the size, and show you the ones that have maybe gone rotten, the one that was leaning over. But yes, a little bit too much rain over the month of June may have spoilt some of it, but it's a good crop there. So we've got a nice selection there of little bulblets. They would probably grow on, take a couple of years to get something like this. There's my hand, and this is the best one. I've got big hands, guys, and you can see the little bulblets underneath there. Once these are dried out, we'll find those, and then one of these had fallen over, but you can see there's not much leafy growth compared to the rest. So that's a good clue, guys, that you need to get it out before you get any white rot. I don't think there's any white rot. I think it's just naturally horrible gooey mess. But underneath there we may be able to salvage a few cloves. But that's my elephant garlic harvest for 2022. And again, everyone came up, but we've had a couple that have just slightly gone over. But overall, we can't complain about that. So let's move on to the golden gourmet shallots. Some have gone to seed, so we're going to leave all these. I don't see any point in picking any of these because we've got some better ones elsewhere. The Grizzle shallots, the French variety, still haven't changed the label, guys. Still haven't spelt variety right, that I got from Alan from the Dawn Chorus plot. Now they do look good and healthy, and we'll be revealing those shortly. Some of these gourmet shallots have gone to seed. I'm just going to check these to see if any of these have gone to seed. If they haven't, we'll take those. But these were without green manure, which was the let's have a think, mustard, compared with the same ones in the green manure. cracking difference, absolutely cracking difference. That's made my mind up. I'll be using the green manure beans. I'm not desperate for beans. I've been harvesting a few, but as you can see, we've taken the tops out, and one or two have got black fly, so we've just whipped them out completely. There'll be plenty of beans here for what we want to as a cover crop over the winter. We'll get those dried out and planted, sown, maybe in cell trays first to stop the mice, but definitely worth doing, having green manure. Green manure is basically a plant, but you need to dig it in before it actually flowers. Once it flowers, it starts using the nitrogen up that it's collected in its roots from the sunshine. So the ones in the green manure will be harvested today, and we'll start drying those. And even though those do look nice shallots, we have got a few seed heads, so we're going to save the seed off those. It's a bit of a process, but well worth doing. So let's have a look what we've got within the Grizzle shallots from Alan at the Dawn Chorus plot, kindly gifted, which have taken me nearly a minute to get out. And we've got a return from 1 clove to 9 new shallots, and realistically I might be saving all of those for next year, because they're the only ones that have really survived. So these are the Golden Gourmet in the green manure. Let's get these taken out before this heavy rain comes on Saturday the 18th of June, maybe the wettest day in June. Averaging about 8 shallots from the single shallot we planted. Very happy with those. We would normally leave them out in the lovely June weather to dry out a little bit, but they will have to go under cover somewhere, somehow. So undercover in the open shed, we've got the red Russian garlic that we collected before. I'm not sure whether these are the Grizzle shallots. There's the 80 shallots. Probably going to save most of those for seed because they have done really well. Those were sent by a viewer, and we've got the Grizzle shallots there, French variety. So no, they're definitely not the Grizzlies. There may be some Golden Gourmet. Again, I didn't label them when I bought them across, but does it matter? No, it doesn't. They'll pickle all the same. And just for now, the elephant garlic is in with my 1-year-old homemade compost, where we empty all the tubs out from what we made last year. And next door in the leaf mould bin, we've got the Golden Gourmet from the green manure. Again, I'll be picking the biggest and the best to save for planting out in the autumn, ready for next year. I always do say my first lot of peas that I sow always do so much better as it gets the light right, compared to some that were sown just a few weeks later. I need to take some beetroot today, ready to do my second lot of pickling, and I was hoping to pick them small. Not a chance. All this weather, they grew really quickly again. But I might be able to find some on my second sowing that are probably just as good. Food for thought. Yum yum. Yum yum. Yum 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 yum. So the first lot was Green Magic Calabrese, and the next ones were the Iron Man. I'm going to have one of those for Sunday dinner. My Bunyard's exhibition broad beans, they've had a massive haircut, and as the black fly attacks them again, I've been pulling them out, so hopefully we'll still get a couple of meals. So if you do get attacked by any pests like those critters there, don't give in. Don't give in. Keep wiping them off, or just keep pulling them out. Got quite a few strawberries hanging. These won't get affected by the weather, so we'll probably leave these, but I do definitely need to get the ones that are outside. I've uncovered them, took a chance with the blackbirds, and I think it was well worth the risk. They've ripened up nicely now, and I've having to check them at home, the ones we picked previously, but realistically now we're on, putting it probably 26 today, and the wife says that they're at least £2 to £2.50 a punnet. So we've literally paid, saved enough money that we've actually covered both allotment plots. Both allotment plots cost me about £65. And yes, I was sick of rhubarb. I'm getting sick of strawberries. And now it's the turn of the raspberries. They've ripened up really quickly in this really hot, unseasonal temperatures. Excuse me. There's just a few on the outdoor ones. The birds are having a field day with these, but the ones in the fruit cage are growing along nicely, and they don't have this, the birds pecking at them. And last year we worked it out that we roughly collected nearly £2,000 worth of these raspberries, and these it's only one plant, excuse me. But by gum, it's really productive, and they're just nicely ready now to have an excuse me moment. So let's get picking before it gets before I get locked in. I'll be so sick of guzgogs next, and then the blueberries, and then the red, white and black currants. Very good year for fruit, and as we all know, it's the fruit that costs the money, so it's well worth having a few fruit bushes about. And the white currants, in actual fact, are nearly ready. Excuse me. Not much longer. Well, there's the harvest out of the onion bed. I won't twist the tops off before I put them into the steamer, and I'll probably select the smallest ones and the ones that look in the best of health. And this now opens the onions up. I can spend a little time weeding just to keep them nice, and hopefully the ones that are struggling and the ones that are loving it will bulb out nicely. Nothing has gone to seed in these. These are the Zabroon and banana shallots that I was gifted originally from Alan at the Dawn Chorus plot via some seeds. So let's look at containers. These containers are what we get the black blueberries in. They're ideal because you don't want to put raspberries more than 2 deep, and these containers are what we buy our vine tomatoes, so they're the cherry ones that are still on the vine. If we're going to buy tomatoes, have ones that smell like tomatoes. They might not taste like tomatoes, And anyone that follows me on Facebook will know that I picked 6 punnets of strawberries the other day, and there's another 4 there, and I haven't taken any out of the netted cage. If you want to know why the wiggle finger, it's a Manure. Why not pop and see Manure and say hello? But we've had a lot go rotten. It's a shame, but even in here, and again there. Now this is the one that was with Babette is in the garden, and the main reason for this, by the look of it, is because these beds have sunk. So I may have to risk uprooting these, putting some more stuff in and bringing them back to the surface. There's a lot there and they're sitting on the floor, not doing them any good, and they're going rotten. So thank you, Babette, for that little challenge. We're probably a week or 2 weeks after yours ripened, but it doesn't look very nice. Oh, I'll have a nibble of this side, excuse me. Not the best. I'll let the birds have those. These strawberries were from a shop bought strawberry. Massive they were, and I thought, wow, we're going to get some massive strawberries. Nope, so we won't be keeping those. So we actually bought the one strawberry, we sliced the skin off it, put it in some compost, put it in my fridge at home with the stored seed potatoes, and then in the spring we brought them to life. But not impressed. But if you don't try, you don't know. Excuse me. Not the best tasting either. Deary, deary me. Looks like it won't be long before I'm sick of blackberries as well. Had a great crop last year. Looks like it may be even better this year. And the autumn fruiting raspberries are growing really well, and they've just started to form the flowers now. So after this rain on Saturday, we'll give them a good feed of comfrey, and I'll do the blackberries at the same time. So for Sunday dinner we'll be having some of the scapes, plentiful of puddings, more pickling to do for the beetroot while it's raining. I'll add some field beans on the day, so we pick them fresh. And if I get a chance, I'll pickle these shallots. And I've just noticed that the Venus has gifted me a courgette. First courgette of the season. I don't let them grow much bigger than that. I'll just bite the end off. Excuse me. How lovely. Well, is that summer over as the sun sets on the warmest day so far, June 17th, and tomorrow we're going to get bashed by the rain and probably having to put our woolly hats and woolly coats on again. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.